The question is, at quarterback, who is going to get the start for Long Beach City? Is it going to be Keanu Campbell Caldwell or Will Madonna? Madonna got the call last week and looks like he's going to get it again to start this one. Week 5 SCFA football from Long Beach. Madonna, Jonathan Watson split out to his right. In the shotgun. Hand off, that pass is low. Intended on the near side and incomplete. Jacavion Caldwell. Intended target on his 2nd and 10. Just underway here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Two wide receivers up top, one at the bottom. Madonna again in the shotgun. Hard count. Now, there's a flag on the field, and there were some players that crossed the line of scrimmage, and indeed that's going to be whistled a false start. So back it up 5, be 2nd and 15 for the Vikings. Head referee today, Brian Mills. Umpire Joe Lloyd. Head linesman Glenn Inigo. Line judge Ricky Hema-Warman. Field judge Domicus Purdue, side judge Joel Kerbin, and back judge Ben Bacoli. 2nd and 15 now for Madonna and the Vikings. Watson sent into motion. Quick hitter on the far side. Pass is complete from Modest Game. Pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd and 11. So 3rd and long situation on the opening drive. And really for much of this season for the Vikings, they played the hot hand at quarterback last week. It was Will Madonna leading the way. Free 5 yards is a free play for Madonna. He's going to go deep, and pass is going to be nearly intercepted, but
there was a flag thrown.
Going to be all for naught. This is going to be offsides on the defense. So Madonna utilizing the hard count early, and you kind of expected that.
5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Rustlers battered in the linebacking core. They are down 4 starters, four starters on defense. Kylan Neal out today. Harrison Koffel also unavailable. He's likely out for the air. And this is going to be early movement. This is 5 going back. So
prior to the snap, false start, offense number 74, 5-yard penalty.
Back to 3rd
replay 3rd down
for Long Beach City. It is homecoming night, so maybe some early jitters from both teams.
You got to think, every time when it's homecoming night, you get that energy. So let's see if the Vikings can bring that tonight.
Sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad.
Correct.
Pressure on Madonna, passes intercepted. Interception made by Prince Ford, who runs into the referee. I think he ran into Ben McCauley.
Yeah.
There we see Ford on the interception. So Madonna, on the first possession offensively for the Vikings, throws it right to Ford, and that was a tremendous play made in the secondary. And the question was, coming into week 5 for the Rustlers, how would they respond after the battering they took at the hands of Riverside City?
You got to think both teams also lost to Riverside. So
Uwe Ali gets the start, and pass complete. This is Jimenez. Nate Jimenez, a quick shifty receiver for the Rustlers, and he'll pick up the slack. Robert Sarmiento, also in the same mold, quick shifty slot guy, per the words of Nick Mitchell, head coach for Golden West. Nick Kennewell is the stud outside. He is lined up one-on-one at the bottom of your screen. Ale hands off inside. And that one really going nowhere. This is Cross Antonacci with a modest game. Going to set up 3rd short. 3rd and 2 for Golden West at the 29-yard line. They need the 27 to move chains. Ale's a big boy. Libeer in at tailback for the Rustlers. Trips to the right. Ale pitches out to Libeer. Libeer stutters and goes airborne. Does he pick up the first down? I want to say he's going to have it. The indication from where the line judge is at would say that he does. At the 27, he needed the 27. No motion yet to move the chains, and now they do. It's 1st and 10, Golden West. That's a heck of an athletic effort from Sam Libier. He goes airborne to pick up the first.
That jump was very impressive. Felt like he
5
should have
wide
been playing
spread
basketball.
out for Golden West, and Ale going to keep it himself. At the 15, down to the 10-yard line, spins down to the 7. They'll give him the 8-yard line. It's 1st and 10, 1st and goal now for the Rustlers. Inside the 10.
With the keeper, Jake Otto makes the stop. 1st and goal.
First offensive possession for the Rustlers after the turnover from Long Beach City. And Golden West knocking on the door. Kennewell, one-on-one again on the bottom. They go up the middle with Libier. Libier down to the 5. They'll fall forward to the 4, pick up a 4, 2nd and goal. Under 12 to go in the opening quarter.
Sam Libier with the carry.
Watching Viking football on the LBCC Vikings Productions Network.
2nd and goal from the 4.
Ale in the shotgun. Libier again to his right. Fakes a handoff. No, it goes to Libier. He's in for 6. Sam Libier from 4 yards out. And the Rustlers strike first blood.
The first touchdown of tonight. And I believe that was, like you said,
Yeah, Libier.
Libier, yes. I believe that would be his 7th touchdown this season.
Libier very adept in the run game in addition to the passing game. Picked up a big 2 yards. Went airborne to get them down to the 27 to extend this drive, and he ends it, punctuates it for 6. 7-0 Golden West on top of Long Beach. See if the Vikings can respond after this. Golden West will kick it away up 7-0. Courtesy of a 4-yard touchdown run from Sam Libier. Trinell Ridgely is bottled up before he reaches the 20. They'll give him the 18. And this is a Rustler team that has come in fired up after the big loss last week at home. Trying to spoil the homecoming affair for Long Beach City. Battle of 3-1s. It was a battle of undefeateds a week ago. And a highly anticipated matchup, rematch of the SCFA Championship a season ago. Jake Retzloff had switched jerseys. He was very pumped up. A very impressive performance in the win last week. Madonna under duress again, but pass is complete on the far side. And that looked like it was Ridgely.
Golden West not letting the loss of Riverside affect them, their defense here tonight.
And excuse me, that was Kyle Miller. Kyle Miller was a player of note in the pregame talk with Coach Brett Peabody for Long Beach City. He said, hey, I got a kid you got to watch out for tonight. That's Kyle Miller. Picks up the first down on that reception there. Goes back to Miller. And excuse me, that is not Miller. That is Ramiro Brown.
The Vikings understand what this game is now. Looks like they're picking it up a notch.
Yeah, they're going tempo right now to establish a little rhythm offensively, but that time the pass complete, but As they go to Miller again. Well, for anybody who's familiar with the setup here at Long Beach City and Veterans Memorial, Madonna's going to go down. Needed to get rid of the football, unable to do so, was Jordan Palomino. And Palomino, an X factor here tonight, stepping up for the injured linebacking core, the depleted linebacking core for the Rustlers. Comes up with a big sack and a big loss back to the 29-yard line.
Golden West so far is answering for everything the Vikings are doing here tonight.
Third and forever for the Vikings. They need the 49-yard line. Now, I wonder if you just send Ridgely and Brown on a go route and see what you can get. Madonna needs some time, though. Under duress, goes up the seam. Pass is incomplete. And that's a tremendous defensive effort put forth by Malachi Gatewood. And Gatewood breaks up that play at the very end. That would have been a first down. Instead, here comes the punting unit for the first time tonight for the Vikings.
4th and 22.
It's a high kick. Fair caught by Libier at the 41-yard line in Rustler territory. That's, Antonacci with the fair catch. And the Rustlers will take over. Have some scores from around the SUFA. Earlier today, College of the Canyons, after dropping 2 straight, dropped their 3rd straight, but very competitive versus the top team in the state of California, the 3C2A Riverside, on the road. Uiale. 2 up and 2 down. Receivers, here comes the blitz. And Ale able to get away, but the pass incomplete, intended for Kennewell. 2nd and 10 coming up. One thing that Nick Mitchell talked about leading up to this week, Uiale does a terrific job of getting rid of the football. We see that right there, under duress, able to find his read.
He does not let the pressure get to him.
Well, it doesn't really allow it in terms of the time. Getting that football out, unfortunately the pass a little bit off the mark. Kennewell, a very sure-handed receiver, one of the best in the state. Antonacci churns forward for 1. It'll be 3rd and 9, the 3rd and long situation. If you're Brett Peabody, do you think about bringing the blitz early and seeing if Ale can pick it up?
Gain of 1, 3rd and 9.
Expect Ale to possibly roll out here, some type of RPO scheme. Look for Robbie Saval, who's lined up on the same side as Nick Kennewell, top of your screen. Ale looking for Saval. He has him, and Saval churns forward for 1st down. He's at the 49-yard line in Viking territory, and right on cue, Saval delivers. Under 9 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Golden West up by a touchdown, 7-0. And they extend on 3rd and long this time. They needed 9. They get exactly that. 1st and 10 in Viking territory. Antonacci in at tailback, split to the left of Uiale. And they hand off to Antonacci. Pretty good hole on the right side. And he has a nice chunk play on 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 16-yard run for Antonacci.
Cross Antonacci with the carry. Jake Otto makes the stop. 1st and 10.
Otto on the stop for Long Beach City. But again, the Vikings on their heel defensively. Antonacci stays in at tailback. Ale pulls it back, has Kennewell on a post. Kennewell picks up another 1st down for the Rustlers, marching down the field here at Veterans Memorial.
That pass complete to Nick Kennewell. Jalen Duncan makes the stop.
And this is the team that we saw weeks 1 through 3 for Golden West.
19.
An absolute drubbing of Orange Coast. And then Palomar, the defense had been stellar. The offense now with Uiale at the helm. Shining in week 5. Hand off to Antonacci. We see a late flag. I wonder if this could possibly be a face mask. No, this is going back the other way. This can be a hold. We
10-yard
Brian
penalty.
Mills make the
Replay number
indication.
1.
Indeed, this is coming back 10 yards.
Like you said earlier, both teams are 3-1 right now in this season. Both teams losing to Riverside. The Vikings lost 48-20, while Golden West lost 58-21.
Yeah, pretty decisive victories for both the Rustlers and the Vikings at the hands of Riverside this season. And Tanachi, big hole again up the right side, cuts it back to his left, still on his feet, inside the 10, down to the 5, down to the 2. Cross Antonacci. Well, it was Sam Libier on the opening offensive drive for the Rustlers, and now it's Cross Antonacci.
Cross Antonacci is on the road to getting his first touchdown of the season.
And they're going to go tempo. It's one-on-one up top for Nick Kennewell. They pull it, and Uiale is going to march in for 6. It is all Rustlers early here in the first quarter, 7:02 remaining. Golden West up 13-0 pending an extra point. Well, in the famous words of Mike Tyson, everyone has a game plan until you get hit in the mouth.
Correct.
Long Beach City has gotten hit in the mouth on the opening first two possessions for Golden West.
At the beginning of the season, the Vikings were on a roll with a strong win against LA Southwest.
Yeah, the replay there of Uiale marching in for 6. How do you respond? If you're Long Beach City, you know you have the offensive firepower and the likes of Kyle Miller, Chanel Ridgely, and Ramil Brown. We've seen Brown, we've seen Miller, a couple of receptions, Ridgely in the return game. Well, a question mark coming in for Golden West was going to be, how is their special teams going to respond? Special teamers from the first few weeks are going to have to step up, going to lead them thin in the special teams racket. Well, hey, doing pretty good here tonight thus far.
So far, they're answering for everything the Vikings are throwing at them.
Meanwhile, Ridgely breaks free out to past the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 43, and that's a huge response. That is not Ridgely. That is Jacavian Caldwell.
The Vikings know what they have to bring here. So
Caldwell likely broke free as a result of a hole. There is laundry on the field. And indeed, this one is coming back.
15-yard penalty, first down.
Donna will remain in at QB. A lot of question marks coming into this matchup with so many starters out on defense for Golden West. Who's going to step up? Early on, they've answered the bell. Barn burner earlier today in the SCFA. Santa Monica in overtime over West LA, 41-40. Mount San Jacinto rolling over Orange Coast, 31-0. Early movement from the Vikings. Back it up 5. Victor Valley with a win over LA Valley. As we said earlier, Riverside with a 31-28 win.
both of these teams are pretty evenly cut, I would say. Strictly because looking at their games in this season, they're both 3-1 again, and both their first games were complete blowouts. Their first 3 games were strong. Let's see if they could keep it up here tonight.
Handoff inside goes to Watson. Watson maybe got back to the line of, maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Needed the 11. They're going to give him the 10. 4-yard gain. Palomino with the tackle, his second. Set up second 11 for Will Madonna and company. 2-by-2 formation. They split Watson to the left of Madonna. Madonna looking up the seam, looking for Ridgely. Pass is intercepted again. Second interception. This might be a pick six, and it is. Touchdown, Rustlers. Justin Hintz, the defensive back, some miscommunication between Madonna and Ridgely results in 6 going the other way, and Golden West continues the avalanche in quarter number 1.
Like I said, Golden West keeps us responding to everything the Vikings are throwing at them. You got to think it's getting in the head of the Vikings here. 6 minutes and 13 seconds left of the first quarter.
Well, the initial interception for Madonna was made by Prince Ford. And Prince Ford making it one heck of a play resulted in points off of turnovers, the opening touchdown for Liberia. But on that play, Hintz just takes advantage of a poor throw and miscommunication between Madonna and Ridgely. And it's 21-0. Golden West all over the Vikings here on homecoming night, Veterans Memorial.
They have not let the loss against Riverside affect them at all.
We'll have the replay here for you. You see Madonna, he's expecting for Ridgely to go up the seam instead. Ridgely turns in, and Hintz, that's pitch and catch. Madonna just throws it to the wrong team. And just like that, it's 21-0. Well, been a pretty busy night for Jake Cypress. Place kicker for Golden West. His 4th one tonight. Golden West won the toss. He'll get the ball first to start the second half, but still got 6:13 remaining in the opening quarter. Golden West up 3 touchdowns. Cypress sends this one out of the end zone. Be a touchback. And the Vikings will take over at the 25, and might we see Keanu Campbell-Caldwell.
People are fired up here at Vet Stadium.
Well, fired up starting tonight. Maybe not so much right now. And indeed, it does look like we're going to see Campbell-Caldwell in at QB. And he's going to start his night off with a steep hill to climb. Now 21-0. He's a player that can put points on the board in a hurry. Puts Ridgely in motion. Jet sweep Babshin. No, it's Watson. Watson goes up the middle. Pick up a 4. They'll bring up 2nd and 6. That was Bo Davis. Excuse me, Andre Jenkins. Jenkins listed as a linebacker in at tailback. Take it over right tackle. Nothing doing there. Big hit. That one made by Dane Despars coming up from the secondary. 1 yard loss. It'll make it 3rd and 7.
Jesse Schumacher. First and long stop for the Rustlers. Loss of 1, 3rd and 7.
So Campbell-Caldwell in a 3rd long situation on his opening drive for the Vikings. See how he responds. Trips to the left. Campbell-Caldwell looking that way. Pass is complete. Complete to the far side. That's Ridgely, and Ridgely can't really do much with it as he's brought down by Jordan Palomino. And again, it's 3 and out for Long Beach City.
4th and 4.
Well, it was a stingy if you take away the Riverside game, it was stingy defense weeks 1 through 3 for Golden West. And we see that here tonight. Long Beach City with a bagel thus far in this one. 4:35 remaining in the opening quarter. Golden West back with the football on offense. Saddleback at Ventura tonight. And Saddleback up 8-7 in the opening quarter. First Responders Night up at Ventura. You can catch that game on SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch this game by searching LBCC Vikings Productions on YouTube. Jimenez in motion. A handoff to Libier. Libier under duress. That's going to be a big loss on first down. The defense responds for the Vikings.
Sam Libier with the carry. Jamal Campbell makes the stop.
That's an 8-yard loss. Set up second and 18.
Second and 17.
Well, they say 7. My number is always unofficial. I'm not doing anybody's books.
Walking down.
Second and 17 for the Rustlers.
You know, when I was downstairs, I was walking next to the defense team for the Vikings. Got some pretty huge people. Tall,
Scott,
good weight.
Scott out of the backfield. Incomplete. Jonathan Scott actually started opening day at tailback, but he has given way to Libier and Antonacci. That time was a dual back setup. Libier and Scott. They sent Scott out of the backfield with the pass incomplete. I'll lay a little bit off the mark. And 3rd and long now for Golden West. And this is an opportunity here for the Vikings to get off the field defensively. Maybe build some momentum here on homecoming night. 5 spread out. Ale keeps it himself, and he is brought down up front. That's one heck of a play, and maybe another flag there at the end. First man there, that was Luke Tumalatai.
Makes the stop.
Tumalatai
2-yard loss on the sack.
with the sack, as it was a 2-yard loss for the Rustlers. So perhaps a chink in the armor for the Rustlers here. But Long Beach has spotted them 21. Ridgely back to receive the kick. Tranell. Kick is blocked. This one going into the end zone for a touchdown. Alonzo Person, freshman from Narbonne, puts Long Beach City on the board.
That'll be the first touchdown for the Vikings tonight.
First touchdown on the board via special teams as they block one in for 6. Cue up the replay, I'm sure, after the extra point. Extra point is up. Look good. Is good. Delatorre drew on the extra point. 21-7. .257 remaining in the opening quarter.
I think the Vikings could definitely come back in this game still. It is their homecoming night. You don't want Golden West to come and ruin it.
Well, it certainly looked like that was going to be the case.
Yeah. Felt like
early
Golden
on,
West,
21-0, but now Long Beach, courtesy of the block punt, and a touchdown ran in by Alonzo Person.
felt like the Vikings came in a bit too confident tonight.
Well, you knew the Rustlers were going to start strong after the drubbing last week at the hands of Riverside, 58-21.
Could have gone both ways. They could have had their heads down. An embarrassing loss maybe, but it looks that is a complete opposite.
No, that was never going to be the case.
No.
With a Nick Mitchell coach ball club, that's for sure. And squib kick from the Vikings. Ball taken at the 30-yard line. Not much doing there.
Good tackle.
Jager Mosqueda on the tackle. Came in Sue. Not one that's adept at returning the ball, but he does on that play on the script kick. And the Rustlers will take over on offense and see if Ale can respond offensively for the Rustlers. Golden West will take over at their own 34. Antonacci in a tailback. Looking for Jimenez, and pass is complete to the 41. Pickup of 7, 2nd and 3 coming up. They stack Jimenez and Kennewell. Almost looked like a pick play.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
The Rustlers have had a lot of success over that right side. Ale keeps himself. Pass complete to Jimenez again. And he reestablishes. They're going to give him forward progress to the 44. They will. It'll be a first down.
Dylan Kendall stopping both of those plays.
Kendall, the first man there on consecutive plays for the Vikings.
Gain of 3, 1st and 10 for the Rustlers.
Well, on the first 2 touchdowns offensively for the Rustlers, they were able to sustain a drive after initially picking up that first down. Ale keeps himself, makes the correct read, and he slides down and is tackled. Gave himself up pretty late. I think that's why you don't see a flag there. I think that's the correct no call. Mosqueda on the stop for the Vikings. Another 7-yard gain on first down. Going to set up 2nd and 3. In Viking territory at the 49-yard line. Antonacci still in a tailback for the Rustlers. Ale gives it up this time to Antonacci. He is near first down yardage, going to be just a bit short.
Antonacci with the carry. Tomorrow Campbell in on a stop.
So pizza finds its way up to the booth. Hey, we call play-by-play not just on the field. Trips now to the left for the Rustlers. Kennewell, Jimenez, Saval, one-on-one up top. And they hand off, and this is going to be a first down for Cross Antonacci. Antonacci was stood up, and the ball was taken away. We have a late flag that comes in. I think this is a fumble, and we're going to have a pretty good view of it on replay. Clock is stopped with 34 seconds. Antonacci had picked up the first down. His forward progress was stopped. He was stood up, and I think this is going to be a fumble recovery for Long Beach City. There's a discussion with the referees. I think the biggest question is, was his forward progress stopped long enough for them to call the play dead? If that's the case, he for sure had the first down, but was there some jostling with the football? Obviously, referees do not have the luxury of replay. We do. I'm told we don't have the replay, but it doesn't matter. Possession will go to the Vikings.
At the end of the play, personal foul, number 70.
At the end of the play.
15-yard penalty, first down.
It'll be a personal foul call against the Rustlers. That's going to go against Evan Cooper. So not only do you turn it over, you're going to give up a chunk of 15. And what a turning of the tide here for Long Beach City. They make a play on special teams. They block a punt, return it in for 6. And now, after Antonacci had picked up a first down, They're able to snatch it out of his hands and retain possession. So Keanu Campbell Caldwell will take over in Rustler territory at the 41-yard line.
The Vikings could have a chance to tie it all up for the first quarter.
Well, at least make it a one-score game, down 21-7. Campbell Caldwell in the short shotgun. They send Ridgely in motion. Rustlers maybe showing some pressure here. Handoff up the middle. This will be Andre Jenkins.
Jonathan Watson with the carry. Christian Caldwell makes the stop.
Well, let's say it's Watson on the carry.
2nd and 6.
Pickup of 4 for Watson. 2nd and 6 now for the Vikings. Campbell Caldwell looking to the near side. Jacavian Caldwell passing complete, well out of bounds. Down 21-7. It's going to be 4-down territory. If you don't pick this up, if you're able to pick up maybe a couple, 7 seconds remaining after the incompletion here in the first quarter. Watson now to the left of Campbell Caldwell. Quick hitch to the far side. This is Ridgely. Ridgely, an absolute burner, but he stopped after a modest gain. That'll do it for the opening quarter. 21-7. Golden West on top of Long Beach City. The video of this game is being produced by students in the radio and television program at Long Beach City College. If you want to become part of our award-winning production team, call 562-938-4892 or email LBCC and search for the radio and television program.
You get to do amazing things like what I'm doing right now.
Amazing job by Bob Hirsch, faculty advisor and director of tonight's broadcast. We'll get to some thank yous. Randy Tutorp, athletic director here in Long Beach City. Well, Dean of Athletics, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
Known Randy a long time. Had a chance to work with him the early 2010s. I am the owner of SoCal College Sports, and our first paid gig was actually with Long Beach City. And
it's amazing.
Randy had been recently named the interim athletic director and had seen some of our work and brought us on board. And we do have another game going on tonight. We mentioned earlier Ventura hosting Saddleback. And last we checked, it was Saddleback on top of Ventura on the road. And they're looking to right the ship. Pun intended. Start of the second quarter. It's 4th and 3. Vikings going for it here. Do we see a hard count? Saw some early movement. Campbell Caldwell goes down in a heap. There'll be a turnover on downs. First man there, Dane Despars for the Rustlers. So the sack will turn the ball back over to the Rustlers. Rustlers had an opportunity last time out, but it was a fumble by Cross Antonacci as he was stood up and the ball had it swiped away. Libier now in the tailback for Golden West. So Long Beach unable to capitalize with points off the turnover. Ale looking for Kennewell. And Kennewell contested by Thad Dixon. Dixon last week in the win over San Diego Mesa with a pick six. An impressive win on the road at San Diego Mesa for Long Beach City a week ago. Long Beach come in winners of 2 straight after that loss in week 2 to Riverside. The Vikings seemingly came in with a hot hand, but Golden West put that fire out immediately in this one. Libeer over right tackle into Viking territory. He's near first down yardage. I think they're going to give it to him. Needed the 48. And indeed, they will move the chains.
Play was stopped by Jalen Duncan, excuse me.
Duncan with the stop for Long Beach City.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Rustlers. Ball at the Vikings 48-yard line.
So the Rustlers have it at the 48-yard line in Viking territory. Libeer stays in at running back. Short shotgun for Uiale. Ale pulls it back as Kennewell on the near side. Kennewell pass complete, and they're going to get an extra 15 on top of this one. They're going to get Jalen Duncan, possibly with targeting, definitely a helmet-to-helmet hit for Duncan. I wonder if this could be a possible ejection. You know, with everything in the news now, with head injuries, obviously coming on the heels of the Tua injury on Thursday night, going to be a point of emphasis, I think, at all levels of football to discourage those types of plays. And I wonder if Duncan
Being someone who's
could be coming out.
Being someone who's had a head injury, it's nothing to play around with. It's very serious.
Mike Cepeda along with Jason Adair here in the booth on tonight's broadcast. And they're going to pick up the flag. And I wonder if the discussion was on the side, because it certainly looked like the head jerked back, but did they make contact initially? Did Duncan with the shoulder pad? You know, sometimes that can induce that whiplash effect.
Ball at the Vikings 30-yard line.
So they deem it a clean play. Duncan stays in the game, but it is a first down for the Rustlers at the 30-yard line of the Vikings. Kennewell, I believe, with his first catch of the ball game. Libeer over the left side, able to avoid a tackler, looking to get back to the line of scrimmage, able to do just that. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, it's a speedy team on both sides of the football for the Vikings. Going east to west. Not going to find a lot of success there. You have to attack up the middle. And you have to be careful one-on-one with Nick Kennewell here at the bottom of your screen.
No gain. 2nd and 10.
Thad Dixon, one-on-one with Kennewell. Jimenez in motion. Ale out of the backfield. This is Antonacci, and Antonacci burls forward. He has a first down. Inside the 20, they'll give him the 18, move the chains. So some redemption for Cross Antonacci. Last time he was in the ball game, it was a fumble going the other way. This time it's a first down for the Rustlers at the 18-yard line of the Vikings. Coming up on the 13-minute mark here in the second quarter. Golden West up 14, looking for more. Antonacci stays in at tailback. He's to the right of Ale in the shotgun. Ale looking to his left. Has a man open. That'll be an 8-yard gain pass caught by Anthony Williams for the Rustlers.
That pass complete to Anthony Williams. Trey Edwards makes the stop.
Edwards on the stop for the Vikings. Second and 1. Ale keeps it himself, cuts back, able to pick up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rustlers yet again. And say Ale was down at the 6-yard line. He took a pretty big hit. First down will stop the clock momentarily.
1st and goal for the Rustlers. Ball at the Vikings 6-yard line.
And Tanachi in again at tailback for Golden West. Ale from the shotgun. Looking to his left. Pass incomplete, intended for Jimenez.
That pass incomplete.
bring up 2nd and goal now for Golden West.
Second and goal, number 6.
And Tanachi keeps it, has it. Hit hard at the 2.
Believe the stop. Or sorry, excuse me. Believe the play was stopped by Alonzo Person.
And if memory serves, it was Person who scored the touchdown on special teams. It's potentially a huge play for the Vikings defensively if they can force a 4th down situation. Ale. Pass dropped over the middle. Saval, the intended target, he had it and drops it. And here comes the kicking unit, and that is a win for Long Beach City. Saval, pretty sure-handed. Brother of Cody Saval, stud linebacker for the Rustlers a year ago. Quite the football gene in that family. Saval, big boy. Whistles on the field. I wonder if this is a clock issue. Nope. The ball's on the 2-yard line. This will be a 19-yard field goal for Jake Cypress. Kick is up and good. 24-7 Golden West on top of Long Beach City. You are watching Viking football, SCFA Week 5 from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Cypress good from 19 yards out, 24-7. Golden West on top of Long Beach City. It's SCFA football Week 5 from Long Beach. Cypress will kick it away. No squib this time. This one comes in short. This is Ridgely. Ridgely makes a move and hit hard at the 30. Falls forward to the 32, and that's where the Vikings will take over. Long Beach City needs to get going offensively if they want to have any shot at a win in this one. Well, it was Will Madonna who got the start for Long Beach City, but had to give way after a couple of interceptions, one of them a pick six. The Keanu Campbell Caldwell, who's in at quarterback right now. He hands off. A modest gain on first down, if any. Maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. It's Bo Davis.
Bo Davis with the carry.
Unsportsmanlike on the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Automatic first down. laundry on the field. This is going to be unsportsmanlike against the Rustlers.
It's not the most conventional way to do it, but it is a first down Viking.
Last thing you want to do is give any signs of life to a struggling offense, and the Rustlers do exactly that. Ball up to the 47-yard line, near midfield for the Vikings. Handoff to Davis, and Davis gets it up to the 50.
Mo Davis with the carry. Jonah Levon makes the stop. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Handoff near first down yardage again. Davis now the hot hand at tailback.
Taylor taking the stop from that play.
6-yard gain, 3rd and 1.
Third and a short one for the Vikings. And could this possibly be 4-down territory? Looks like a big package up front. They're going to go power set, power I, and we have a timeout call. Don't often see that power
Golden West.
I formation
That's their
at
first time out of the half.
this level. Coach Peabody goes to it and induces a timeout call from Golden West.
The first timeout of the half.
Indeed. 9:43 remaining here in the second quarter. Again, homecoming night here at Veterans Memorial on the campus of Long Beach City College. Cross streets Carson and Clark.
Golden West is on a road to ruining the Vikings' homecoming.
Well, certainly not doing themselves any favors with some of the penalties. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike. I believe it was a personal foul called after they fumbled it away, but the Vikings unable to capitalize. Third and short. Davis trying to inch forward for the first down. He's going to be stopped for no gain. And the question is right now, down 24-7. If you're Coach Peabody, do you go for it? I don't think there's even a question. Jonah Laban, who has assumed the defensive leadership in the absence of Kylan Neal, with the stop. On that play, going to set up 4th down. And the punting unit is on for the Vikings. This is the area of the field where you could see a fake. Under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. It is not a fake, just a high kick. And Tanachi nearly muffed it, but able to come on top of it. Takes control at the 21-yard line, and that's where the Rustlers will take over. Well, the defense has been the strong suit, so I can understand why Coach Peabody would definitely put it in the hands of his defense. Only points on the board tonight for Long Beach came via special teams. The defense has induced a turnover. So Uiale and company for the Rustlers will take over at their own 21-yard line. Lybeer to his right. Lybeer takes a handoff, cuts it back, and will inch forward to the 25-yard line, pickup of 4. Injured player on the turf for the Vikings. We'll step away for an injury timeout. Stay with us.
Believe that's Alonzo.
Is that Corey Martin or Alonzo Pearson?
I believe that's Person.
It's a 6 or an 8. Oh, we await word. See Coach Peabody. I just hate to see it. And indeed, that is Alonzo Person. That's going to be a big blow defensively and on special teams for the Vikings. He has been terrific here thus far. He accounts for the lone points on the board for Long Beach. Block kick and run in for 6.
We've seen a lot from Person tonight, so hopefully that's not everything we see.
And he's made some plays defensively. Certainly doesn't look like Person will be back in this one. We hope otherwise. 2nd and 6 for the Rustlers. Ale. Under duress, gets it off. The pass intended for Savao on the near side. Incomplete, out of bounds.
That pass incomplete. Intended for Savao.
They'll stop the clock with 8:27. 3rd and 6 now for the Rustlers. Another big 3rd down situation for the Vikings. They responded down at the goal line. Different story in between the 20s. Especially with Ale able to get off the ball so quick. Pass intended for Liabeer out of the backfield is caught. He has a 1st down and then some. They'll bring him down past the 35. He'll fall forward to the 37. And the chains move for the Rustlers. 1st down. Another 1st down picked up for Sam Liabeer.
Everything I've seen from Liabeer tonight has been nothing but athleticism.
Very impressive out of the backfield for Nick Mitchell and the Rustlers. Savao and Kennewell stacked at the bottom of your screen. 2-step, double-stack formation. They go to Antonacci on 1st down for the run, and he stopped after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up now for Golden West as the clock ticks down under 8 minutes in this 1st half.
Play was stopped by Enzo Teu.
So Tayu on the stop for the Vikings. Antonacci, the play action. It goes to Kennewell. Kennewell is going to pick up a 1st down. Kennewell, one of the best receivers in the state of California. 22 receptions coming in, 388 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging over 17 yards a catch. Picks up a 1st down on that play. Coming up on the 7-minute mark in quarter number 2. And the Rustlers will work methodically at midfield. With a big lead, Antonacci churning ahead. He maybe picked up 1.
That'll be another stop for Enzo.
Enzo starting to rack up some tackle totals.
2nd and 8.
They give him 2, so 2nd and 8 now for Golden West at the 48-yard line in Viking territory. Miscommunication between Ale and his back, Libier. Ale going to have to keep it, gets a block on the outside. They can't set the edge, and Ale going to move forward for the first down. Run out of bounds at the 35-yard line of the Vikings. And Coach Peabody livid on the sideline after the Vikings lost contain on the edge. Ale with some wheels, flashes him on that play. It's Malachi Martinez who got the start for the Rustlers in week 1, held the job until last week. Struggled mightily against one of the best defenses in the state, Riverside. Ale came in, and his first 4 passes had a touchdown, the only points in the first half. A big hookup with him and Nick Kennewell to finally get the Rustlers on the board at home last week versus Riverside City. Ale rolling to his left, under duress, he's going to eat the football.
And that's a
first man there, Austin Bresler.
A sack with Austin Bresler.
That's a huge play defensively for the Vikings, as the Rustlers were starting to eat up chunks of yardage, and that likely going to stall this drive, as Ale had nowhere to go. Antonacci back in a tailback for Golden West.
Austin Bresler at 6'2", 228 pounds. Seeing someone that big and tall run at you is definitely not the funnest thing I've ever witnessed.
Makes you feel like you're in a horror movie. Halloween coming up. Feel like that was an apt description. Another sack for the Vikings. This time it's Corey Martin, 6'1" defensive end, 245-pound sophomore from Sarah High School, getting in on the action.
The Vikings seem to be picking it up with their defense.
The Vikings starting to ratchet up the pressure indeed here, Jason. And now for the Rustlers, it's 3rd and San Pedro. They need the 25-yard line of the Vikings. They're at the 42 of Rustler territory. Ale sacked on back-to-back plays. Under duress again, make it 3 in a row, the trifecta. And that time it's Elijah Bradley, 6'4" defensive lineman from Westchester.
3 sacks in a row for the Vikings.
And the Vikings with a hat trick of sacks consecutive on Uiale, trying to rattle the freshman quarterback for Golden West. And it's 4th and 41. That's something you don't hear very often. And an opportunity here for Trinell Ridgely to make a play on special teams. And we have a whistle on the field. Do we have a timeout called? No, just a whistle. Kick is away. Sippers, remember, had one blocked in for a touchdown. Ridgely takes it at the 25. Ridgely unable to put on the Jets, and he is tackled by Austin Gerbic. Gerbic with a big play on special teams. Ridgely, I believe a week ago, averaged over 40 yards of return.
It's very impressive.
And that time, stopped for a modest gain. Pretty good field position to start this drive off, though, at the 35. For Long Beach City, they got to start firing on any kind of cylinders. Keno Campbell Caldwell will stay at the helm for the Vikings. Under duress. He's going to go deep. Pass is incomplete. Looking to the far side, looking for Cavion Caldwell.
That pass incomplete. Intended for Jaquavion Caldwell.
So Jaquavian seen a few targets here tonight. But the pressure getting to Campbell Caldwell. Unable to hook up with his receiver. 2nd and 10 now for the Vikings. Out of the backfield, that's Bo Davis. And Davis stood up momentarily, able to churn forward ahead to the 43. Needs the 45 for a first. They're going to say he's out at the 47. 3rd and 3 coming up for Long Beach City. And they will give him the extra yard. It did look like he got to the 43-yard line. So 3rd and 2 now for Long Beach. Clock ticking down here in the 2nd quarter.
Vikings still have a chance to score 7 more points.
Trips to the left for Long Beach. They bring an extra man. They're going to go long. Some contact made on the far side. And that was Caldwell, again, the intended target. And I think that was enough contact to merit a defensive PI. But the only problem was that ball not a catchable one in play. Here comes the punting unit again for Long Beach. Another 4th and short situation. Near midfield, this time on the wrong side of the field if you're the Vikings. Kick is away. That's a good one. And Tanachi will have to take it at the 25. That's where the Rustlers will take over. At around the 2-minute mark, 2:04 to be exact in the 2nd quarter. 24-7. Golden West in the driver's seat. SCFA Football Week 5 from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach City. The story tonight has been the defense for Golden West. They have held the offense for Long Beach City scoreless in the first half. Well, Madonna got the start at QB for Long Beach. There's a deflection at the line of scrimmage, a near interception.
I believe that was Talon Cooper.
Cooper nearly had an opportunity to run it in for 6. So Talon Cooper.
Coming from Huntington Beach.
Yeah, that's Rustler territory. Golden West hailing from Huntington Beach. Ale keeps it. Big hit on Libeer. Ale able to turn forward up to the 32-yard line. Needs the 34. It's going to set up 3rd and 2. Well, Ale's made some pretty good reads here in terms of pulling the football on the RPO. Cooper again on the stop for Long Beach. Seen some penetration from this line. It goes to Libeer. Libeer with the first down and more. Libeer with a blocker. Libeer past midfield to the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. And he's knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. No flags. Big play for Sam Libeer and the Rustlers.
The play was stopped by Alfred Edwards. Just barely stopping the play.
But not after Sam Libeer goes for 50+ on the carry. Knocked out of bounds at the 4. Libeer stays in at tailback. Ale gives it to Libeer, who's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that's a big run for Libeer on the play previous. I'm surprised they go to Libeer, who looks like he might be a little hobbled there, shoulder hanging to his right. Antonacci checks back in at tailback. Split to the right of Uwe Ale in the shotgun formation. Trips to the right. Savao in the slot. Kennewell on the near side. Looked like there was some miscommunication. That should have been a false start on Nick Kennewell, who was looking back at the sideline.
Prior to the snap, false start.
False start number 11.
Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty.
That's the
Replay
call.
second down.
So some sloppy play inside the 10-yard line. Going to bring up second and goal.
Second and goal from the 12 following the penalty.
Second and goal from the 12. 13 seconds remaining.
Even on that last play, Dylan Kendall was on top of his
In order to
defense.
avoid a 10-second runoff, Golden West is going to use their timeout.
Yeah, so Golden West, to avoid a 10-second runoff, going to take
We have a
timeout
timeout, guys. Timeout. Timeout.
We'll keep it here. Well, Long Beach with a mini win earlier in this half. Golden West was down, had first and goal, and they were able to hold the Rustlers, was Long Beach, to 3 points. Can they repeat that feat again, or even maybe enforce a situation where the Rustlers come away with no points? We'll see here. Ale and company are going to have a couple shots at the end zone. And if memory serves, I believe that Golden West still has a couple timeouts in their bag.
I believe there's only 2 timeouts called, one from the Vikings and one from Golden West.
Yeah, the scoreboard does say 3 timeouts remaining. I don't think that's accurate. And Antonacci now to the left, switches up from the right to the left, flanking Uyale. Ale with some time, now under pressure, avoids a sack, able to get the ball off, has a man, that pass is deflected, intended for Jimenez.
Dylan Kendall is on top of his defense.
Kendall, the 5'10 sophomore from St. John Bosco, football powerhouse in Southern California, able to make the play and prevent the hookup for 6. And with 5 seconds remaining, that's going to bring on the kicking unit for the Rustlers. They don't want to come away empty.
Kendall almost repeated exactly what they did last play.
Indeed. Ball on the 12-yard line is going to make it a 29-yarder for Jake Cypress. Cypress from 29 yards out. Kick is blocked! Blocked again. Second block of the half for special teams for Long Beach City. And Golden West will come away empty after they had it inside the 5. Another win defensively for Long Beach, but they trail it at the half 24-7. It's homecoming from Veterans Memorial Stadium, SCFA Football Week 5. And the video of this game is being produced by students in the radio and television program at Long Beach City College. If you want to become part of our award-winning production team, call 562-938-4892 or email Long Beach City College and search for the radio and television program. We'll be back live after halftime. Stay with us.
Norman, where's the going right now? All right. Hey, come here. There's no more. They're asking where are they
Give it up for Long Beach City College's cheer team. Give it up one more time for LBCC cheer team. Check 1, 2.
Oh my gosh, you guys look so good. I need a photo of this. You guys look amazing. No.
Good evening, welcome everyone. It's here at Long Beach. My name is Derek O'Reilly. I'm your student activities advisor at Long City College. Before we get started, I would like to recognize our board of trustee members and superintendent president that are present. We have Uduak Joe Nuntak, our board president. Vivian Malaula. Malaulu. Sunny Zia. Berlinda Chico. And Dr. Virginia Baxter. And also our Superintendent President, Dr. Mike Munoz. Please join me in welcoming our Master of Ceremonies, Joseph Polanco, as they begin our royalty court presentation. Good evening, Long Beach City College. Let me hear you. Friends and family, welcome, and alumni. My name is Joseph Polanco. I would like to welcome you all to Long Beach City College's homecoming halftime show. First, I'd like to thank our LBCC cheer team and our Viking band for kicking off our homecoming presentation. This evening is a result of weeks of planning by our dynamic and dedicated student leaders. It is also the end of the week's homecoming festivities here at Long Beach City College. Please join me in thanking the Viking Activity Council and Student Life staff for their amazing work. And now, the presentation of the 2022 Homecoming Court and the crowning of this year's Homecoming Royalty. This year, we had some of the most remarkable students that applied to be on the Homecoming Court. These students are outstanding leaders on campus and in the community. Elections were held online September 27th through the 29th. And during this week's homecoming events at the Liberal Arts Campus and BCC Campus. Keeping with our team, our Royal Court will now walk the masquerade red carpet. Tonight we have a special guest to assist with the crowning of our homecoming royalty. The 2022 Miss U.S. Ambassador and also the daughter of Diana Golias, the amazing advisor of our national championship LBCC cheer team. Give it up for Christina Golias. Now, the presentation of this year's royalty, escorted by their LBCC peers. First, Miss Brooklyn Ramirez, majoring in criminal justice and representing the Social Services Club, PMK. She's escorted by Michael King. Next, we have Miss Ina Marie Timbo, majoring in pre-med biology and representing the LBCC cheer team. She's escorted by Kyle Jones. Next, we have Jamison Vargas, majoring in nursing and running as independent. She's escorted by John Smith. Next, we have Miss Jessica Cruz, majoring in biology and representing the Vikings Vitals Club. Escorted by Ryan Chu. Next, we have Yosine Rodriguez, majoring in business administration and representing the Order of Tong International. He's escorted by Crystal Maciel. Next, we have Maria Ortiz Lechuga, majoring in chemistry and representing the Tom Little Sisters. She's escorted by Colleen Portillo. Next, we have Mark Salval, majoring in business administration and representing the Vets Club. He's escorted by Sage Salval.
That's why I asked how involved were y'all basketball? I'm like basketball at this point.
And now, to announce and congratulate the 2022 homecoming royalty, none other than Long Beach City College's own Oli the Viking, with the official winners, Oli. Give it up for Oli.
I still have to have some.
Thank you, sir.
He really would.
The moment of truth. This is correct, right? I don't want to pull a Steve Harvey. Don't need that kind of scandal in this school. Now, our 2022 homecoming course runner-up is Maria Ortiz Lechuga. Let's hear it one more time for Maria Ortiz. And now, our 2022 homecoming royalty is Ina Marie Taylor. Congratulations, Ina. Give it up one more time for our royalty. And our runner-up. Once again, I'd like to thank you for joining us as we celebrate Long Beach City College's 2022 homecoming royalty. Thank you again to the Office of Student Life, Athletics Department, football team, and all our hardworking students and candidates. Go Vikings!
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I love it. Very nice to meet you. Welcome. Jordan, have you met my oldest son? I have. Okay. This is his buddy. That's awesome. I am actually on my way out. I'm going to the wedding later tonight. No, just... No, I don't know. Yeah, that's the time to cut out. No, see, here's the thing. I got home at 5. Oh, but I had 5 days on the calendar today. Everybody else is sleeping all day. And the wedding is one of our cousins. His wife is graduating. It's their son's sister. So they said I could do it. So I told them no, I had to go. I said no. Last time, you're coming tomorrow?
Give it up one more time for all our student leaders. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Yeah, I'm like, too old for a run. Thanks, you guys. It was Jackie last night. Jackie was at her reunion.
Stadium, it's Golden West on top of Long Beach City 24-7. Mike Cepeda joining the booth with Edward Riantasso. And Edward, an ugly first half offensively for the Vikings, but within striking distance, only down by 17.
It's the same scenario that they were in last year with Golden West. They jumped out on top of them 17-6. The Vikings ended up losing 37-20. One of the key things here was turnovers, and just the defense was on there a long time. One of the scenarios right now for the Vikings is they got to keep this game close going into the fourth quarter. They have to get stops, and they have to get the score. They got to score points in order to cut this deficit down going into the fourth quarter.
Well, as we talked about coming out of the big loss last week to Riverside for Golden West, how would they respond? They responded in a big way. Really, those first two possessions offensively that they had, pretty impressive.
They pretty much did what Riverside did to them last week, and they're doing it here against the Vikings tonight.
Changing of roles for sure. It's Golden West moving left to right in the white.
And going back to last week, this defense, Golden West defense, allowed them over 700 yards of total offense, 500 yards of passing. So they did a lot of remodeling this week in practice, and their practice is paying off here tonight.
And Dean, Long Beach just has to get going offensively. It was Will Madonna who led the team to victory on the road last week at San Diego Mesa. Passing for a shade under 200 yards, but with 3 touchdowns in the win. It was a pick six that eventually made that score 28 on offense. Kennewell with the reception for Golden West. Near first down yardage. He'll pick up 8. 2nd and 2 coming up.
And one tough thing is for the Vikings, you never want to make a quarterback switch in the middle of the game. And they had to do that in order to get this offense sparking. They did get some yardage at first, but so far the special teams is what kept them in the game so far. But that defense, they got to get out that field soon, and the Vikings offense has to stay on there. They got to keep this Golden West offense off the field for a long time.
I think offensively it's tough to establish a rhythm when you have that 2 QB system and that lacking that identity. As the Rustlers will be hit for a loss on that one. First man there, it's it's Austin Bresler on the stop.
We've seen some defensive stops in the last few drives of the Vikings defense, but Golden West has been able to get the first downs and stay on the field and keep this clock moving.
Jashawn Pete on the carry going nowhere for the Rustlers. Going to set up 3rd and 7.
This is going to be a big play for the Vikings defense. They have to get the defense off the field.
If they can force a 3 and out on the first offensive possession for the Rustlers, Ale under duress. Pass is complete. He's near first down yardage. Pass is caught. Looks like by Jimenez. And Nate Jimenez is going to move the chains for the Rustlers. First down.
And that's what Golden West needed to do, stay on the field and keep that first down. What they're doing right now, Mike, is they're going for the knockout punch right here. A touchdown will most likely put this game away, so it's very important that the Vikings at least hold them to a field goal and then get back on offense and try to get something going.
You know, this is a team where you don't want to play not to lose. You need to go for the jugular. And Edward, I think you're exactly right here. Imperative that Golden West able to sustain some type of drive on their opening possession of the second half. Pete again with the carry on first down, picks up 3.
And going back to the first half, as we mentioned in last year's meeting, turnovers is what got Golden West up the lead, and they never trailed in that game. Once they went up, the Vikings just had a hard time catching up.
Golden West undefeated in the regular season a year ago. Only loss coming in the SCFA championship against Riverside. Looks like Robbie Saval, stacked with Kennewell on the near side. Kennewell on the reception nearly has his head taken off as Ale led the receiver way too much. Pass incomplete. Kennewell has to go alligator arms there. I'll bring up 3rd down.
And last week, this offense was on the field for just 24 minutes. And that's how Riverside was able to put up 50-plus points on Golden West. When you're not on the offense that much and your defense is out there, they tend to get tired eventually, and that's why that happened.
It's a great stat you bring up. 24 minutes on offense a week ago. In the first half, they had over 20 minutes on the field offensively, did the Rustlers. Able to sustain drives. Let's see if they can do so right here. Out of the backfield, it's Pete with a reception. He'll have enough for a first down.
And again, another play, the halfback coming out and catching the pass and able to move the chains, and that clock keeps moving.
That's a good find there by Ale out of the backfield, finding Pete. And Pete makes the reception for the first. Pete will come out of the ball game Here comes Antonacci. Antonacci with the fumble in the first half.
And that fumble in the first half is pretty much the only mistake Golden West has done tonight.
Yeah, a rare low light in that first half offensively for the Rustlers. They have it right now, 1st and 10 in Vikings territory at the 49-yard line. Make it the 48.5. Ale keeps it himself over left tackle, has some room, churns forward, and late flag, couple of late flags. And this likely in an area where you'd see a hold.
Holding.
That's going to be the call.
Offense, number 71, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
And normally when you hold it's because your defender beat you there, so you're trying to do your best to make sure the play goes through, but it looks like he was holding on more than he should have, and referee caught the attention of it.
At that point, you're looking to save your quarterback from a big hit. They might have done that, but it's going to back it up 10. So 1st and 20, we'll replay first down.
And I'll tell you, the way this offense has been on the field, even in long scenarios with down to go, they've been able to move this ball very impressively. And
Alonzo Person, who had to come off via an injury, lower leg it looked like. Not out there, and Ale going to be sacked for the 4th time. Ball comes out, but Golden West able to get on top of it.
It looks like the referee may have ruled that he was down by contact before that ball came out.
I think you're right. Big loss on 1st and 20, going to set up 2nd and 23.
If that was a fumble in the Vikings cover, that would have been a big momentum switch right there.
Indeed. But as it stands, it remains Rustler football, but in a big hole. They need the 39-yard line of the Vikings. They're currently at the 39-yard line of their own territory.
And this is where they want them to be. They have to have them in long down scenarios to get them off the field.
2nd and 22. Here comes the pressure again. Ale complete to the far side. Pass caught again by Anthony Williams. That's his 2nd reception.
Defender was behind the receiver, and he was able to make the play and able to move the yardage. And he picked up a lot of the yardage from the penalty as well.
Makes it 3rd and very manageable. Again, they need the 39-yard line of the Vikings. They're in Viking territory at the 46. 3rd and 7, we'll call it a long 6.
The first 5 minutes were very important for the Vikings defense, and we're coming up almost close to 10 minutes, and yet they're still on the field with yet another 3rd down opportunity.
See if they press at the bottom here with Kennewell, one-on-one, lined up. Ale over the middle, pass is caught by Williams. Again, Williams trying to stay on his feet. It's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. This should bring on the punting unit.
And very good job by the offense there to protect the quarterback. There was a lot of time for him to make the throw, and they were able to make positive yardage, but again, it's not enough, and it looks like they'll send the punt team out here, and Vikings did what they had to do.
It looked like Ale for a moment was going to stay on, but instead, Coach Nick Mitchell elects to bring on Jake Cypress, and Cypress line up for a kick, although, we did see that block punt in the first half, leading to the only points on the board for Long Beach.
Yeah, you're up 24-7. You don't want to take that risk of going for it. It's best to go for that punt because your defense is playing well, and you could put it in their hands right now.
One of the punts in this game led to points for Long Beach, so not going to be the case here. Cypress able to get this one away, and it's going to take a friendly Viking bounce back towards the 20-yard line, and they will stop the ball. Looks like at the 24.
Vikings defense did what they had to do here. They got off the field now, so now it's up to the offense.
Exactly right.
They got to get at least 1st downs. You might run into a situation now where it could be 4th down territory when you're down just 3 scores.
Right now, the big thing for the Vikings is they need to sustain a drive. Only 4 1st downs in that first half. 42 yards total in that first half for the Vikings. Only 2 of those 4 1st downs came via offense, 2 via penalty. Keanu, Campbell, Caldwell, hands off. This is Bo Davis along the far side. This is a big run, big chunk play on 1st down.
And that's what they needed.
Excuse me, that is not Bo Davis. That's Jonathan Watson. Watson, the lead rusher on the season for the Vikings, flashing some explosive playability on that run. Vikings going to go tempo here. Caldwell to the outside. Pass is complete. Another positive play for the Vikings. That pass is completed to Zachariah Ruiz.
When you're the Vikings and you make a big play like that, you want to go on that up-down momentum because you want to keep the defense off guard and you want to keep your momentum going. And in just 2 plays, they're already near midfield.
The ball into Rustler territory, in fact. 2nd and 2. Handoff inside. Watson again. He'll have the first down and a little bit more. Past the 45, near the 40. They'll give him the 42. Move the change. The Vikings marching down the field.
If they can keep that defense on the field for a long time, there's a chance that the Vikings can get back in this. And so far, 3 plays, they're able to move the chains, and they're close into near the 40 now.
Homecoming crowd starting to come alive here at Veterans Memorial. That pass deflected at the line of scrimmage, nearly picked off. First man there, that was Jordan Palomino. And Palomino was deemed an X factor coming into this ball game by Coach Nick Mitchell in our conversation earlier this week with Coach. Said Palomino going to be one of the players who's going to step up this week, and he expected him to have a big game. He's had a huge game here tonight.
He got under on the rush, and the quarterback had to throw that ball right away.
Nearly had a beat on it. That would have been another 6 going the other way for the Rustlers. As it stands, it's 2nd and 10 in Rustler territory at the 42-yard line. Campbell Caldwell, they set up the wide receiver screen, and Ridgely able to stay on his feet looking for the original line of scrimmage and has it. It'll be 3rd and 10 coming up, and this could be 4-down territory indeed.
And that was a good job by Ridley right there to just get out of that trouble he was in. He was able to at least pick up a little bit of yards and get back to that line of scrimmage and avoid a yard loss right there. Loses
his shoes, so the Vikings will be without Ridgely on this 3rd and long situation. Might you look to Ramil Brown, another explosive talent in the slot for the Vikings. Keno Campbell Caldwell gets a play in from the sideline. 9 on the play clock. Keno back to pass. Has some time up the middle of the field. That pass is complete. Was that Ruiz again? No. That's Ryan Bowers, the tight end. And Bowers, with a huge reception on the far side, will extend this drive. 1st and 10 Vikings.
Bowers has been one of those tight end receivers who's been able to be relied on in scenarios like that, and he did a good job catching the ball inbounds.
Short shotgun for Campbell Caldwell. Hands off. This is Watson near side. Watson with some room to run near the 10-yard line. That'll be 1st and goal Vikings.
Watson is showing why he's the lead rusher on this on the football team, and great explosive speed right there.
Jonathan Watson listed as a wide receiver, 5'8" sophomore from Lawndale. But the leading rusher of this team operates in a Percy Harvin type role. A wide receiver that can run the football. We see some explosive ability right there. Short shotgun again for Campbell Caldwell. Hands off, and this one not going anywhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard. And indeed, that'll be back to the 11-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play. That was Bo Davis on the carry.
That was a good job by the defense to stop the run. They were getting beat on the run play the last few plays, and they were able to step up this time to get the stop right there for 2nd down.
Solid penetration by that defensive front. 2nd and goal from the 11.
Keep an eye out on the defense.
2-by-2 wide receiver formation. Campbell Caldwell has a read on the near side, and some miscommunication with his receiver nearly ended in disaster, and 6 going the other way. Prince Ford might have had another one.
And Mike, there were about 3 Rustler defenders where that ball was thrown. Fortunate that it wasn't picked up because, like you said, it would have been another 6 points right there for that defense.
Yeah, that was Kyle Miller, the intended target, and I think that Campbell Caldwell was expecting his receiver to turn out, and instead he turned in. Wrong read at nearly a disastrous time, but the ball remains with the Vikings. It's 3rd and goal, but a 3rd and long situation as they're at the 11-yard line. Trips to the right for Long Beach City. 1-on-1 at the bottom with Miller. And that pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. Gonna bring up 4th down.
Defender was able to get his hands up when that ball was thrown and now force a 4th down. And If you're Coach Peabody, what will you do? Kick a field goal or go for it on fourth down? It looks like he's sending the field goal unit in to get some points.
Can't come away empty after a drive that was sustained by the offense.
When you're down 3 scores, every point counts from here on out.
You have to get within striking distance here, and if they're able to get the field goal back, it's a 2-score game. Kick is up, looks good,
It's good.
and is. That's Mario Della Torre. And the score now 24-10, Long Beach City.
And
For another 3 and out next time we come back.
And Micah, and that was a good position there for the Vikings. They got 3 points right here. If they're able to get another stop, get the ball back, at least get a touchdown, you could look at a 1-possession game going into the 4th quarter. As we mentioned before, every possession counts from here. They have to keep this offense off the field.
De La Torre good from 28 yards out. 5:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and again, Golden West keeping Long Beach City College around here, only down by 2 scores. Considering the massive disparity in time of possession that first half, it was about 21 minutes to 9 in that first half in favor of the Rustlers, yet they were only up 24-7. Now it's 24-10. We'll change that on the scoreboard here shortly.
They got those 3 touchdowns in the first 15 minutes.
Kick taken at the 3-yard line. A lot of room on the near side. And they're going to say that Justin Hintz stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like he stepped out of bounds around the 45-yard line.
They say he went out at the 45 indeed there, Edward.
Yeah, from here, he duked to the right a little bit, and it looks like his foot went out of bounds, and when he duked back in, our referee said he stepped out.
It's unfortunate, too, because Hintz takes it to the house, but still solid return for Golden West.
Had that been a touchdown, that would have been the knockout blow right there that the Rustlers were looking for.
Yeah, that would have been the finish him move for Golden West, but as it stands, the Rustlers will take over at their own 45-yard line. Still terrific field position to open this drive for the Rustlers. Ale will start with Jay-Sean Pete in the backfield for Golden West. Kennewell along with Saval on the near side.
I'm sure this offense wasn't happy that they only came out with 3 points last drive. I'm pretty sure they want 6 this time.
Exactly right. Here's Pete up ahead for 4.
And if you're the Vikings defense, you got to know from here that there's going to be more run plays compared to pass plays, and they have to keep an eye on the halfback because they've been getting burned with those with the halfback coming out going for passes.
Game 4, 2nd and 6.
That's going to be a pick your poison type of situation on 2nd and 3rd manageable. Because the Rustlers have shown the ability to run the football here, but the pass has been a bit of a question. Pete, again, nowhere to go. Stutter steps to his left, and he's going to be dropped after a 2-yard gain. He's 3rd and 4 coming up.
Pete ran into his own blocker and was able to move to the left, but wasn't able to move anymore after that.
It really didn't have much room to read, but it was a positive play. And the Rustlers now 4 yards away from extending this drive.
This might be a pass or play action or halfback pass scenario here with just a short yardage to go.
You're definitely going to see an RPO situation here. Antonacci in at tailback. And Jimenez comes over with a word. Jimenez in the slot. Kennel at the bottom. Saval in the slot as well on the right side. Ale going long. This passing complete, intended for Jimenez. Double coverage there.
And no doubt Jimenez was the one guy he was looking for on that play.
Yeah, that was the play. And the read made defensively by the Vikings going to force a punting situation for Golden West.
And another victory moment here for Long Beach. They were able to stop this offense, and now they're going to get the ball back with just about a little over 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter.
Again, in the position of the field where on a 4th and manageable situation, 4th and 4, you could see a fake. Cypress on to kick, originally back to receive.
They have already got 1 block return for a touchdown.
Not much penetration that time. Originally, it's a directional kick towards the sideline. Looks like it went out at the 20. Let's see where they rule it. Indeed. It'll be the 20-yard line where the Vikings will take over. 4:11 remaining in the third quarter. 24-10. Golden West on top of Long Beach City.
If Long Beach can get another touchdown here, Mike, this will be a very interesting fourth quarter.
Mike Cepeda along with Edward Rientasso. Special thanks to Jason Adair. Color commentary in the first half. We'll get to some thank yous later on.
Exactly. You know, a lot of leads haven't been safe so far this season, especially in NFL, as we've seen.
Indeed, inside handoff, going to go to Watson. Watson will bully his way forward for a 5-yard gain. Second and 5.
And talking about leads, you know, a couple of weeks ago, we seen the Arizona Cardinals make that big comeback win over the Raiders, and very interesting.
Pass intended outside. Looks like it was intended for Ridgely, incomplete from Campbell Caldwell.
Really was a wide
Edward, you had to do that to me? You had to bring up that painful memory? Wearing a Raiders shirt in the booth, I'm sure I'm polarizing watchers as we speak, viewers.
I had to witness that myself, you know, with the Rams a couple of weeks ago with the whole 28-3 curse.
28-3, I mean, are you talking about the Falcons?
Oh, yeah. They led 23.
Campbell Caldwell looking for a receiver over the middle of the field. Nobody home. Again.
You wonder if that was a miscommunication.
Oh, for sure a miscommunication. You have that time Ridgely breaking out towards the boundary instead of breaking in. The pass comes inside, and there was nobody there. It was a zone read option that I want to say that Keanu read correctly, and Ridgely goes in the wrong direction. It falls incomplete. Bring up 4th and 4, and here comes the punting unit for the Vikings. So quick 3 and out after the defense was able to get off the field for Long Beach City. The Rustlers looking to take back possession of the football. Antonacci back to receive this kick. Friendly bounce for Long Beach City inside the 35. It'll trickle down to the 34-yard line, and that's where the Rustlers will take over.
You talk about both of these teams, Mike, in this series. They played a total of 9 times, with Golden West just winning twice. As you know, last year they beat the Vikings 37-20. Their other win was in 2011, where they shut out the Vikings 42-0 here at the Vet.
Yeah, all time, I believe the Vikings have the upper hand. But recently, the Rustlers have really come into their own in terms of being a power in the SCFA.
And winning here tonight would be a big statement for them.
Battle of 3-1 teams coming into week 5 and going into the bye week. Long Beach coming in on a 2-game winning streak, having come from behind on the road at Chaffee and then at San Diego Mesa, coming home for homecoming. But the Rustlers were ready after a beatdown at home last week versus Riverside.
And we talked about it earlier. Both these teams have lost to Riverside and blowouts. And so far, Golden West has come out here and they've made a lot of improvements from last week's game.
2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain on first down. Pass over the middle, complete to Savao. Savao still on his feet into Viking territory, down at the 47.
And he was able to beat his defender on a slant pass, and he was able to move the chains.
Yeah, terrific route. Great job by Ale. Pressure coming in from his right side, get that football away. So a new set of downs for the Rustlers at the 47. Clock ticking to the 2-minute mark in the third quarter. Stack formation on the near side. Savao again with Kennewell. Looking for the screen. No, they go up the seam. Savao again, back-to-back plays. A chunk play this time inside the 20.
And again, beating his defender. It looks like it was Dixon that was on the coverage, and he wasn't able to catch up. And again, red zone opportunity here for Golden West.
30-yard reception for Robbie Savao. And the Rustlers in the red zone again here this evening. Rustlers looking for a coffin nail late in this third quarter. Pete with the carry over the right side, picks up 4.
Very impressive on first down on the run. Able to get a couple yards, and they're inching closer to that end zone.
Falls ahead for an extra yard, so 2nd and 5 now for Golden West.
Game at 4, 2nd and 6.
You can catch this broadcast live or in its entirety on LBCC Vikings Productions YouTube page. You search LBCC Vikings Productions. Ale. Back to pass, and a little bit too much mustard on that one, intended for Kennewell on the near side.
Looked like he was a little bit off on his route right there. The ball just went right through him. Didn't even try to put his hands out there. I'm not sure if...
No, I think that ball was well out of play. Kennewell, about one of the most sure-handed receivers you're going to find in the state of California at this level.
Had that pass been caught, there's no doubt he would have went in for 6.
Antonacci to the left of Ale. Ale rolls to his left, has a man. This is Jimenez in for 6. Touchdown, Golden West.
That might be the knockout blow right there we're talking about, Mike.
A little extracurricular on the field. Evan Cooper comes over, who committed a personal foul earlier. Comes over to be the calming voice. Jimenez with the touchdown for Golden West. That'll extend the lead to 30-10.
Yeah, you talk about him being called for personal foul earlier. You got to play smart. Even though you're doing very well in this game, you still have to keep your emotions. You have to play smart.
Kick is up and is good. And with 1:11 remaining in the third quarter, Golden West all over Long Beach City, 31-10. You are watching SCFA Football Week 5 on the Long Beach City College Vikings Productions Network. (31-10), Golden West with a hammerlock in this one as the third quarter winding down, 1:11 go. Here in the third. Some updated scores from around the SCFA. They're in the third. ELAC all on top of Cerritos 20-13. Bakersfield in a rout 63-6 at San Bernardino Valley. Santa Barbara up on Glendale 23-14. That's early in the fourth. El Camino on top of Fullerton 23-16. El Camino looking for the upset on the road at Fullerton District Stadium. Citrus, the start of the fourth, on top by a touchdown over Antelope Valley 14-7. Chaffee on top of Southwestern 21-7. Meanwhile, on SoCalCollegeSports.com, at Ventura, intercepted! Pass over the middle off of a deflection. This might be another pick six for the Rustlers. It's certainly close. It's going to be down to the one. Akili Hubbard.
Hubbard was right there at the right time, able to capitalize on the deflection, and he was almost took it in for the end zone.
You know, that's going to go on the record of Keanu Campbell Caldwell, but the pass on the hands of the receiver, that should have been at least a first down for the Vikings, but it goes the other way. It's a pick down to the 1 yard line for the Rustlers. Well, if they were looking for the jugular before, they're trying to decapitate at this point.
It looks like they're trying to make a statement saying that this game belongs to them.
Under a minute to go in the third now after that play.
You know, there could be one key word, Mike, tonight in this
Timeout. Golden West. That's their first time out of the half.
Play clock winding down, so the Rustlers will take a timeout to avoid the 5 yards. First and goal from the 1 when we come back. Oh, well, getting back to the point, SoCalCollegeSports.com, and we'll go to the replay right now of the interception. And that was, that was not Campbell Caldwell. That was Madonna. And Madonna, his third interception tonight. Hard luck. Wasn't a bad throw.
Looked like he threw a little harder there, and it came off the hands of the defender.
There might have been a little steam on it for sure, but definitely a catchable ball. And you know, if you're the receiver, you have to catch that, especially over the middle of the field.
Especially when you have a defender nearby, because if you drop that ball, chances are someone will be right there and grab it. And so far, the key word tonight of this football game has been opportunities.
Hubbard took full advantage, nearly ran it in for a pick six. Would have been the second tonight as it stands. Rustlers at the 1 yard line. On the doorstep yet again. And that one in for 6. That's Pete. Jashawn Pete in for the touchdown, and Golden West adds to their lead. Ventura hosting Saddleback and starting to get away from the Bobcats, 35-18, middle of the third quarter. Game of the day was in Riverside. Riverside improves to 5-0. Canyons drops their third straight, 31-28. As they enter the bye. Extra point up and good. 38-10. It's all Golden West here at Veterans Memorial. Battle of 3-1s coming into week 5 in the SCFA has turned into a bit of an onslaught here. 38-10. Golden West responding huge after a big loss last week to the top team in the state of California, Riverside City.
Looks like that loss last week really woke up this team, and they came out here tonight, execute on every mistake that the Vikings has made. Turnovers, fumbles, interceptions.
We talked about how stingy the defense was leading up to last week and take away last week. You know, go to the first half of this game, only 42 yards of total offense for the Vikings. And offensively, they have only put up 3 points here tonight. It's a big play on the near side. Ridgely flashing his athleticism, turns the corner, picks up a big chunk of yardage. To the 50-yard line, that's a 23-yard catch and run for Trenell Ridgely.
Looks like they're going on no huddle here.
Gonna go tempo, trips to the right. They hand off. This is Watson. Bo Davis on the carry. That should do it. For the third quarter, they're going to try and get another play in here. I think they're going to go tempo and try and get another play.
Looks like they are going to try to get one more play.
Vikings will. Last play of the third quarter. Madonna. Quick hitch on the far side. Pass is complete. And this will go for another first down, this time inside the 20. And Miller on the reception for the Vikings. That'll do it for the third. Golden West adds to their margin 38-10. Video of this game is being produced by students in the radio and television program at Long Beach City College. If you want to become a part of our award-winning production team, call 562-938-4892 or email Long Beach City College and search for the radio and television program. Start of the fourth quarter. The Vikings marching in Rustler territory, down by 28. At the 18, that pass deflected. Trying to set up the wide receiver screen originally.
Pass was sent at the line of scrimmage. Receiver unable to make a play right there.
Second and 10.
Bring up second and 10 from the 18-yard line. Madonna with some time, looking for the end zone, and this pass incomplete, throwing into triple coverage.
Looks like there was again another miscommunication between quarterback and receiver.
I just don't think the read's there. You throw into triple coverage, that means somebody else got to be open underneath.
It looked like really was supposed to go to the left where the ball went, but when he looked up, the ball was already on the left side, and it was very fortunate that there was no interception in the end zone. As you said, there was three Rustlers right there in the end zone.
So 3rd and 10 now for the Vikings. Trips to the left. Madonna looking that way. Under duress. Here comes some pressure from the Rustlers. Madonna with some time. Looking back at the end zone. Has a man. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Andre Dembidi.
Dembidi's been known for his size and able to make catches, especially in the end zone. And good job by Madonna just to get out of that sack. Try to do his best there, and able to get out of that by throwing it to the end zone.
4th and 10, you're down by 28. Got to go for it at this point. They need the 8-yard line for a first. Madonna takes his time, looking for a man on the far side, and it's going to be close to first down yardage. I think they are going to give it to him.
That's complete to O'Neal Brown.
Brown on the reception for the Vikings.
Brown did a good job holding onto that ball and just trying to get that forward progress. That was enough to get the chains moving.
Certainly made a play there to extend the drive on 4th and 10. They're down 38-10. A W seems out of place here at this point. But the big thing is you want to build some momentum going into the bye and just something positive moving forward for this season. Coming out of the bye, they'll have their hands full in conference play.
And yes, as you mentioned, this is the last game before conference play starts. And again, as you mentioned before, the Vikings went back to Will Madonna, another quarterback switch here tonight.
Just can't seem to find the hot hand this evening. The Rustlers not doing them any favors for sure. Big hit on the near side after the reception was made by Brown. And the first man there was Tony Reeves laying the boom.
Tony Reeves makes the snap. Gain of 4.
And that was a hit right there, vicious. Big hit there by the defender on Brown.
Doesn't get any easier. You open up conference play with Ventura on the 15th. That'll be 2 weeks from today. Happy October, everyone. A little belated. Brown in motion. Madonna not looking that way. Nearly threw his 3rd pick. Well, that's a play where you're going to hear somebody utter, that's why they play defense. Dame Despars had pick 6 written all over that one.
And you could tell his reaction when he realized that he missed his opportunity there to get an interception.
Had it right in his hands.
And they always say in practice, you catch and you run, and in the game, though, when you miss it, it kind of hurts you right there.
4th and goal inside the 5. They're at the 4-yard line. Madonna will have another crack at it. Madonna looking to the end zone with some time. Now here comes the pressure. Going to have to throw it away. A turnover on downs. Big hit at the end of that play. No flag on the field. The Rustlers are going to take over inside their own 5-yard line.
And it's 4th down. You have to do whatever you do. He had to throw it away because he had 2 defenders coming right at him. But again, another stop by Golden West.
12:44 remaining in this one. Ale hands off. Looks like this is Scott out of the backfield. And indeed, Jonathan Scott gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like they're going with another no huddle again here.
Well, no huddle, I think they know exactly what they want to do here. Just going to let the play clock run down. They're going to eat up most of this play clock. Still 20 seconds remaining on it. Nope. Ale. Nobody home. Pass is complete on the near side of Savao. Stays on his feet up to the 11-yard line.
I was very surprised that they'd be in a pass play there, knowing that you're just a couple yards behind your own end zone.
Yeah, that could have been really bad as Ale was under duress there. But Ale, as we talked about it earlier in the broadcast, has a very quick trigger, able to get the ball off in a hurry. Does so right there, completes to Savao, third. Very manageable 2 here.
Looks like now he has a little bit of open room behind him in the backfield.
One-on-one at the top. That's Anthony Williams. Ale keeps it. No, he goes to Scott. Ball's on the deck.
Well, the Vikings look like they came up with it.
Vikings end up with the football, but they blow the ball dead. They blow the play dead at the 10. I mean, is that an inadvertent whistle or? Not entirely sure what transpired on that play.
Looks like they're saying it's Vikings
They're
ball.
saying it's Vikings ball, was a player down. Initial indication from the referee crew is that it's going to be Viking ball. Another fumble here tonight for the Rustlers.
When you're up 38-10, you always want to be careful when you come to running situations like that, especially fumbling the ball near your end zone, because even one spark can make a difference here.
We'll have clarification from the head referee, Brian Mills.
There's a fumble on the play. 1st and 10, 1st and goal at the 10. Long Beach.
So Long Beach City will get the ball back after the turnover. Second fumble tonight for the Rustlers. So the Vikings back in business, deep in Rustler territory, but the question is, can they come away with any points?
You know, running back coaches don't really like when running backs fumble the ball, especially when you're in your red zone. I'm pretty sure he's going to have to tell that running back, you know, you're going to sleep tonight with that football, and you're going to be dreaming holding on to that football next time you get it.
Well, it's not Antonacci or Libera who are the top 2 backs. It was Scott with the fumble. Madonna hands off inside. This is Watson, and Watson gets down to the 8. Need a sense of urgency, down by 4 touchdowns. Palomino on the stop for the Golden West Rustlers.
And one key thing we've seen so far tonight, Mike, no offensive touchdowns by this offense.
Only a field goal. Lone touchdown came on a block punt for the Vikings. Handoff inside. We'll go down to the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 3.
Jonathan Watson with the carry.
Now let's see what they do here on this play. They're near the goal line.
Madonna hands off inside. Big hit. First man there. Looked like Hudson Letterman on the defensive line.
Rustler's defense actually read that play well.
It's a huge
They knew
response. Great penetration up front by the Rustlers. We got 4th and goal for Long Beach.
And it looks like they're going to stay on the field here, man. They're going to go for it.
Need to find an identity here in the red zone. Madonna throws to the near side. Touchdown, caught Ridgely. Chanel Ridgely, 3 yards out. And Long Beach gets on the board again here. Still trailing big, but the offense able to punch one in inside the red zone.
The offense was playing hard here, and they never gave up, and able to get an offensive touchdown here.
For Ridgely, that's his 5th touchdown of the year. Relatively quiet here tonight outside of one big play. Flag on the field. Extra point is good. I wonder if this is going to be early movement. Or
Talk about Will Madonna. That's going to be his 5th touchdown on the year as well.
Offside
on the
defense.
defense.
That penalty is declined. The try is good.
Extra point up and good. 38-17. 10 minutes remaining in the fourth. (38-17). Long Beach able to get a touchdown across offensively. Looked like a deep kick, deep enough kick to get into the end zone. Antonacci going to have to bring it out. Antonacci able to get to the 20-yard line. And that's where the Vikings will take over to start this drive. 9:52 remaining in this one.
Last possession, they fumbled it in the red zone, and the Vikings were able to pick up 7 points. Let's see how they're able to keep the ball in possession of this drive around with just 9:52 left in this one.
Ale comes back out. He will helm the offense here. Antonacci back in a tailback for the Rustlers. Scott, after the fumble, remains on the sideline. And you can probably bet you're going to see a lot of run plays here on out from the Rustlers. Antonacci squirts through a hole in the middle. It's a big hit at the 30-yard line. Falls forward to the 33. Going to move the chains.
Very productive first play right there, getting the first down and keeping that clock moving.
Indeed.
First and 10 for the Rustlers, ball at their own 33-yard line.
Antonacci, that was his 10th carry. And he's up over 70 yards this evening. Libier on 9 attempts, 78 yards. Oiale, he's done pretty well for himself this evening. 19 of 30 through the air, 205 yards, a touchdown, but pretty good with the football. Only 2 turnovers for Golden West came via fumble by running backs. One by Antonacci, one by Scott.
You talk about Ali's performance tonight, similar to last week. Last week he was 9 for 14 for 193 for 2 touchdowns, and he also did have an interception as well against Riverside last week.
Well, the interception last week came off of a deflection at the line of scrimmage. Not really something that you can control. Get a random hand up. It wasn't that it was a bad throw, just one that was deflected at the line of scrimmage. But no, indeed, came in last week in substitution for Malachi Martinez and won the starting job. Martinez now the 2, Luke Peterman the 3 for Golden West. And barring a massive comeback from Long Beach City, they're going to improve to 4-1.
You did mention about Tanachi's numbers earlier, Mike. Last week, he had 4 rushes, 25 yards.
No gain, 36.
Yeah, he's up to almost 80 yards. He leads the team now in rushing after that run earlier in this drive. 11 rushes for 79 yards. Hand off to Scott, who's checked back in. He'll burst forward for a first down up to the 47.
And Scott had 4 rushes for 19 yards last week as well, and tried to improve his numbers here tonight.
Ball at their own 47-yard line.
Well, it's been a relatively quiet night for Nick Kennewell, lead receiver for Golden West. They haven't really needed him. The lone touchdown in the passing game came from Nate Jimenez. He's got 5 catches for 36 yards. Kennewell with 4 for 49. It's Robbie Saval, a couple of big pass plays earlier in this ball game. 4 receptions for 61 yards here this evening. And Antonacci again past midfield. Ball comes out. They're going to say that Antonacci was down. That would have been his second one.
As I mentioned before, coaches don't like to see that ball on the ground.
No, not at all. Antonacci, when he fumbled earlier in the game, he was stood up. Saval will check out. Here comes Jake Choxel in the tight end.
You know, when you have 1 fumble in a game, Mike, that's, it's understandable, or, it happens. But when you have 2, you're going to get some more eyes looked at you when it comes to that, especially when you look at the film tomorrow.
Nothing will recede coaching hairlines more than fumbled footballs by the running backs. Ale hands off to Antonacci. Inside handoff up the middle. Big gain, first down inside the 35, down to the 33.
And they're doing exactly what Riverside did to them last week. They are tiring this Vikings defense very, very down.
Wrestler on the stop for the Vikings. Antonacci now, after that 14-yard carry, 13 attempts for 99 yards.
Let's see if they'll give him here to maybe he can crack 100 yards right here.
Knocking on the door of the century mark is Cross Antonacci. 1st and 10 Rustlers, under 5.5 to go. Antonacci again, he's over 100 yards and inside the 20, down near the 10-yard line. This has been the Cross Antonacci show on this drive.
And I'm looking at this offensive performance here tonight, and the way they've come out tonight, it shows why this team is red hot, why they won 3 of their first 4, now 4 of the first 5.
This is the type of drive that erodes the soul of an opposing defense. Classic smash mouth football, and right now, this is a tired defensive unit for the Vikings.
And if you look at the last 2 plays, the holes are being more open by the offensive line, and the running game is active.
Scott on the carry. Excuse me, that's Jashawn Pete. Pete with a touchdown earlier in this one.
You're talking about the Vikings tonight, going into the bye week, one of the questions might be, what do you do at the quarterback position? You made the switch twice tonight. You're trying to get that offensive identity. What do you think, in this bye week? What do you think Coach Weaver is going to be thinking?
It's tough to say. He's got a lot of skill position players with a lot of talent, a lot of explosive playability, but you have to, at the end of the day, get the ball to them in a position where they're going to succeed. And unfortunately here tonight, against a very stout and well-coached defense, quarterbacks for Long Beach City weren't able to deliver.
And these 2 were involved in a quarterback battle in the offseason. Will Madonna and then Campbell Caldwell, and then Caldwell ended up winning the starting position.
Well, Madonna certainly earned the start here tonight after the performance last week at San Diego Mesa. But It was a brutal first quarter for him, which eventually saw him pulled in favor of Campbell Caldwell. And credit to this defensive unit. 38 points on the board for Golden West, one of those via a pick six, but Ollie's been on the ground a lot here tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of sacks.
Timeout. Long Beach.
3:07 remaining. After the sack, Coach Peabody going to take a timeout, see if he can get his offense back on the field, make it a more respectable margin. As it stands, 38-17. We'll get to our thank yous here this evening. Randy Tutorp, Dean of Athletics here at Long Beach City College, a longtime friend of SoCal College sports, and reached out, needed some help in the announcing department. We were happy to come through. Jeff Stoynoff will be on the next call. That'll be versus Ventura here in 2 weeks. Athletic Director Cal Stewart, Sports Information Specialist Lawrence Sturbins, Leslie Mendez, Karen Damon, Miles Silvera, Kyle Guzman, Raul Macias Ramirez, Derek Young, Jason Adarin, Edward Reintasso. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, you got it.
All right. And tonight's broadcast directed by the faculty advisor Bob Hirsch. The Rustlers on 4th and 22 are going to elect to try a field goal. Justin Hintz will try from 38 yards out. Kick is up. That looks good. And it is. So Justin Hintz flashes the leg. Hey, I'm good in coverage. I got a pick six tonight. Let's add on another 3. 41-17, 3:02 remaining in this one. Battle in Cerritos. Cerritos hosting ELAC. The Falcons have taken the lead over the Huskies in the fourth. 8:22 remaining in that one. 26-23. So Cerritos trying to make some noise going into the bye. Kick is away. Here's Ridgely. Ridgely turns the corner up to the 30-yard line. Falls forward, down at the 33. Heated rivalry down south. San Diego Mesa hosting Palomar 3-0. A heated defensive contest, no doubt.
It looks like San Diego's offensive struggles continues following the loss to the Vikings last week.
I don't know the story of the Mesa game or the Mesa team, but would certainly look that way. Palomar had some struggles earlier this season trying to score on this same defensive unit that we see out in the field tonight. Golden West, they were throttled in week 2.
At the end of the play,
Another unsportsmanlike penalty going to go against the Rustlers, so that's 2 tonight and a personal foul.
I'm sure the coaching staff is going to want to talk to their players about this after the game, because even though you're up big and you came into enemy territory and pretty much dominated this Viking defense, as we mentioned before, you have to play smart. There's times where show your athleticism on the field and save the little extracurricular activities for like another time.
Yeah, these schools really only separated by about 17, 18 miles, so you can expect there to be some big hit over the middle of the field and pass incomplete. Miller, the intended target, running a post route. He was leveled at the point of attack.
And that's not the first time we've seen those hits tonight. There was one earlier in the first half.
Initially there was a flag on, but ruled that it was a clean play, and I think that was the right call on that play as well. Early movement from the Vikings. Going to back it up 5 here.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense 74, 5-yard penalty, replay second down.
A lot of credit to the secondary, specifically for the Rustlers. They have been terrific in coverage here tonight. Had a couple of interceptions by Prince Ford, the pick 6 by Justin Hintz, who also tacked on a field goal, might I add, the last offensive possession for the Rustlers. We see a play right there, broken up, sure to be first down. Up the field, pass is caught on the far side. And Miller, after getting leveled, hauls that one in at the 25-yard line for a chunk play for the Vikings. 2:30 and counting here in the fourth. Madonna gets it out in the flat. Pass is complete and getting out of bounds. It looks like that's Watson.
Went back to the last play. What a great moment right there. You know, catching the ball after taking a hit like that the play before.
Another heated contest in the SCFA. Fullerton hosting El Camino. That one all knotted up there in the fourth at 23-all. Madonna back to pass. Has a man over the middle. That's Ridgely. Ridgely still on his feet, looking for the 10-yard line. He has it. They'll give him the 11. So Long Beach moving the football here at the end of the ball game. Trying to build some momentum heading into the bye. Madonna uses his legs to extend the play. Just going to throw it out of bounds. Heady play there by the freshman.
Madonna saw the pressure coming and he threw the ball away.
Well, saw the pressure there. Didn't want to make another mistake. Nearly made one the last time down at this part of the field.
And as we've seen tonight, the Vikings been able to move the ball down the field, but that Rustler defense has always put that slam the door when they try to get into the end zone.
It's been a bend and don't break defense here tonight for the Rustlers, and they have been very stingy inside the red zone. Madonna has a man in the flat. That's Watson, and Watson down at 7.
That pass complete to Jonathan Watson. Malachi Gatewood makes the snap.
Let's see if they're able to punch it in this time around.
Gatewood on the stop for the Rustlers, coming up on a minute to play here in the ball game. Madonna looking for the corner of the end zone, incomplete.
And that one was overthrown behind the end zone.
And nothing there really for Madonna, just throwing it out of the end zone and live to fight another down. As it stands, it's 4th down for the Vikings. Final at Glendale. Santa Barbara pulls away in that one 30-14. End of the fourth quarter, Citrus up by 4 over Antelope Valley. Not sure who has possession. Try to get you an update as soon as we have it. Madonna in the shotgun with some time. They need the 1. Pass is complete. Watson makes a move. He'll be short of the first down. It'll be a turnover on downs, and that will do it. Couple kneel downs. This game will be over.
That last stoppage there by the Rustlers defense shows what they've been able to do here tonight to this explosive Viking offense.
Did also want to extend a thank you to both coaches, Nick Mitchell for Golden West and Brett Peabody for Long Beach City. Took some time before the ball game today. Good and great to catch up with Coach Peabody. Been a long time since we've had an opportunity to cover a game. You know, we had COVID, knocked us out for about a couple years, and well, it's good to be back.
It's good to be back here, and it's good to have the fans here as well too, especially homecoming.
Shout out to Naples Rib Company. It looks like they had a catering event for homecoming. Didn't get a chance to sample the ribs, but I've had them before. They're pretty good.
Wonder if they have anything left for us down there afterwards, you know?
You know, anything that's left over, probably going to go to the football players, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Kneel down number 1, victory formation out for the Rustlers.
You mentioned earlier that that there was a lot of sacks by the Rustlers offense, and I'm pretty sure Coach Mitchell's going to want to talk about that too as well in the film session, saying, hey guys, we put up a lot of points though, but our quarterback kind of hit the ground there a bit. We got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, the lone bright spot tonight was that defensive line. In terms of getting after the quarterback.
The Rustlers taking it on 2nd down.
you next time on Viking Sports. This is the Vikings Rustlers. See you next time on Viking Sports.